Good evening. This is All India Radio, Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Asian Development Bank to provide $2 million loan to support urban development in Nagaland. Advisor Imnatiba says India will progress only when development takes place in Northeast region. Naga Students Federation opposes proposal to impose Hindi language till class 10 in the Northeast states. And Union Minister Giriraj Singh says all Panchayats to be integrated with Bhu-Aadhaar. Now the news in detail. The Indian government and the Asian Development Bank today signed a $2 million project readiness financing loan to design climate-resilient urban infrastructure, strengthen institutional capacity, and improve municipal resource mobilization in 16 district headquarter towns in Nagaland. The facility will support key preparatory activities for the ensuing project aimed at improving urban infrastructure and services in Nagaland to help the state realize its economic potential. Nagaland Advisor Industries and Commerce, Labour and Employment, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Imnatiba has stressed on the development of the northeastern region for the overall progress of the country. He said India will progress only if progress is made by the northeastern region. He was speaking at a state-level workshop on Northeast Region District SDG Index 2.0, SDG India Index 2021-22, and Multi-Dimensional Poverty Index held at the state capital today. Imnatiba said Nagaland was making consistent progress in SDG Index, which focuses on state-level performance. Nagaland's compulsive score improved to 61 in 2021 from 57 in 2019, and the state is ranked 19 among 35 states and union territories in India. While some districts are doing fairly well in certain goals such as zero hunger, clean water and sanitation, quality education, and gender equality, more works need to be done for bottom-ranked districts and on some indicators at the state level, he added. To achieve sustainable development, Nagaland needs to address its difficult geographical terrain, the advisor said, adding that some of the key priority policy focus areas also aligned to SDGs are universal access to health care and education, robust transport and communication infrastructure, effective and sustainable management system, innovative and industrial growth, balanced regional development, and enhanced agricultural production and marketing facilities. Addressing the same event, Regional Head Northeast India, United Nations Development Programme, John Borgogyari, stated that UNDP is closely partnering with the state government and will soon launch a corporate social responsibility initiative which will be part of the Planning Department's SDG Coordination Center with an aim to tap resources from the private sector and other development partners. UNDP is partnering with the State Directorate of Health and Family Welfare on universalization of immunization, he said, and cited the Electronic Vaccine Intelligence Network (EVIN) software application under which a COVID app has also been developed in partnership with the Indian government. The Naga Students Federation (NSF) has opposed the Parliamentary Official Language Committee's proposal to impose Hindi language as a component of modern Indian language till class 10 in the northeast states. In a press release today, the Students' Party noted that given the plethora of indigenous groups with diverse culture, race, language and religion in Northeast, compulsory imposition of a particular language will only propagate disunity and misunderstanding among the peace-loving citizens and indigenous people of the region. The proposal will undermine the languages of region's ethnic groups and will invite confusion, hurdles and discomfort for the students' community and the Naga people in general. The NSF has urged the central government to revoke the decision in order to maintain peaceful coexistence and to avoid any further misunderstandings. The group will spare no efforts to safeguard the interests and sentiments of the Naga people in particular and the Northeast in general, as the entire region is against the proposed imposition, the release stated. Rural Development and Panchayats Minister Giriraj Singh has said that all panchayats will be integrated with Bhu-Aadhaar and a specific number will be provided to Sarpanch by the end of next year. Addressing the Good Governance Conference under the iconic week of Panchayat Raj in New Delhi, Singh said the government has already signed an agreement with 29 states for Swamitva, and similar agreements with the remaining 13 states are in progress. He said people will be benefited after completing the Bhu-Aadhaar. It will also help in reducing false land ownership issues. Stressing on policies for rural development, Singh said the Sarpanches need to focus on the holistic development of their villages in the plan. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandaviya has directed the officials to boost ongoing monitoring and surveillance of new COVID-19 variants and cases. Mandaviya today chaired a meeting in New Delhi with the key experts and officials of the country on the new XE variant of COVID-19. On the medical infrastructure and resources front, the minister directed officials to constantly review the availability of essential drugs and medicines required for COVID treatment. He further emphasized that the ongoing vaccination drive must be carried out in full pace and all eligible should be vaccinated. The meeting was attended by Niti Aayog member Health Dr. V.K. Paul, Health Secretary Rajesh Bhushan, AIIMS Director Dr. Randip Koleria, Director General of Indian Council of Medical Research Dr. Balrama Bhargava, and other senior officials. Union Minister for Home Affairs and Cooperation Amit Shah has said that the centre will come up with a new cooperative policy in the next 8 to 9 months to address the issue of primary agricultural graded society to Apex Cooperative Federation. Addressing the National Conference on Cooperation Policy in New Delhi today, he emphasized the need for transparency, professionalism, and modernization of the cooperative sector. Saying that the sector has to be strengthened for economic empowerment of the country, the minister said there is a need to build infrastructure to ensure loans for cooperative bodies. STO Civil Mogukchung Sentilong Ozikam has lamented that the decreasing trend in reading is posing a threat to the society's identity and culture. Addressing the inaugural session of the district-level awareness program for rural libraries in Mogukchung today, Ozikam said the art of reading has been on a decreasing trend, mainly due to digitization in this age. Sharing some of his experiences about rural libraries, he said majority of the libraries in the villages remained closed most of the time. Ozikam also shared ways and means to make the community, especially students, come to read and urged those managing such libraries to be creative to attract people. During the program, 2 resource persons spoke on the topics organization and management of libraries and role of rural libraries for social development in the villages. The program was organized by District Cultural Officer Mogukchung, sponsored by the Raja Ram Mohan Roy Library Foundation, Kolkata, and was attended by around 40 participants. Nagaland Chief Minister Nipirio held a meeting with the Union Minister of Education and Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Dharmendra Pradhan. In a Twitter update today, Rio said they discussed several matters for the welfare of Nagaland. Nagaland today reported 4 fresh COVID-19 positive cases, all of which were from Dimapur. The state's total case detection now stands at 35,484, with total recoveries from the infection at 33,232. Currently, the state has 9 active cases. And now 20 news, here are the main points again. Asian Development Bank to provide $2 million loan to support urban development in Nagaland. Advisor Imnatiba says India will progress only when development takes place in Northeast region. Naga Students Federation opposes proposal to impose Hindi language till class 10 in the Northeast states. And Union Minister Giriraj Singh says all panchayats to be integrated with Bhu-Aadhaar. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.